Hi, my name is Savita Calhan, and I'm going to read an extract from my thriller, The Long Weekend. Sam knows that he and his friend Lloyd made a colossal mistake when they accepted the ride home. They've ended up in a dark mansion in the middle of nowhere with a man who means to harm them. Now they are trapped in the woods, and the man is hunting them. Will either of them get out alive? Sam hadn't been sure whether the first two hoots had been a false alarm. It was easy to see things in the darkness that weren't really there. When he had gone over to Lloyd the first time, he hadn't seen anything where Lloyd had pointed. But that didn't mean that there wasn't anything there, and Lloyd had a better vantage point from up in the tree. Sam looked around the woods. He couldn't see anything at all. He was tempted to carry on digging. The hole was nowhere near big enough for them to slither through yet. He needed more time on it. But there was a chance that Lloyd really had seen something, so it'd be stupid to ignore his warning hoots. Sam laid the shovel flat in the hole and covered it with leaves. It concealed the shovel, but he had to stamp down the pile of fresh soil he had dug up as well. Then he headed over to Lloyd's tree. It would be safe up there. He could rest while the man went past on his search, and when it was all clear, he could get back to digging. Only then did Sam realise that there was no way he could climb the tree, not without a boost or up or a ladder or something, and he didn't have a ladder. He didn't have anything. All he could do was hide behind a tree while the man went past, and that was too close to the ground, too close to his reach, too close to danger. And that's when Sam's heart started thumping loudly again and his skin began to crawl. He hadn't realised he was still so scared inside. "Where is he?" Sam hissed up the tree to Lloyd. "There's a light, like a torch. It's swinging backwards and forwards through the trees. Somewhere over that way." Lloyd's voice was disjointed and far away. He was way up the tree, out of reach. Sam wanted to be up there too. He jumped and managed to catch hold of the lowest branch. He dangled off it with one hand, trying to swing his legs up onto it. He couldn't do it. He had to use his injured hand as well if he stood any chance of making it up there. He let go, and he tried jumping again, catching the branch with both hands, eyes tearing up as a jolt of pain seared through his deep cut in his left hand and up his arm. How far away is he now? "Can't tell, Sam. The light's moving slowly, I think. I really can't tell. Just hurry up." Sam tried swinging his legs up again and again. Tears were flowing freely down his cheeks, but he kept on trying. No matter how many times he said, "I can do it, I can do it," he knew he really couldn't. Sam let go of the branch and dropped down to the ground, panting. A tree had never defeated him before. But he was running out of time. He had to find another one, away from Lloyd. But he didn't know if Lloyd would be all right without him. "What are you doing?" Lloyd whispered. "You've got to climb up." "I can't get up there. I have to hide somewhere else." "How far is he now, Lloyd?" "He's coming closer, Sam. He'll be here soon." Lloyd had begun to cry. "Stop crying and listen, Lloyd. You're safe up there. He can't get you. But don't make a single sound until he's gone way past us. We're going to be okay. The hole is almost there, and then we'll be out of here. Okay? Lloyd?" Sam took the little potting fork out of his rucksack and gripped it in his hand, but it didn't stop his hands from shaking. "Sam, Sam." Lloyd's voice was wobbling. "Shh, don't talk anymore. Keep quiet." Sam had seen the light and it was coming their way, slowly, in wide sweeping arcs, and Sam thought, "I've got away from this before. I can do it again." He moved into the woods looking for a nook, a hollow, a low branch, and all the while the sweeping arc of light moved closer. The man was on his nighttime hunting. Sam wanted to be able to keep an eye on Lloyd's tree so he couldn't go too far, but as the arcing light got closer and threw shadows and silhouettes into the darkness, Sam spotted a tree that wasn't too far from Lloyd. It wasn't the tallest tree, but its trunk was broad and it splayed off into 3 hefty trunk-like branches from a few feet off the ground. There was a niche where the main tree trunk divided into 3 trunks, and that's where Sam was going to hide. He clambered up and squeezed himself into the hollow. It was a tight fit, but that was better because it meant he would be practically invisible. The light was coming closer. Lloyd had been right. The man wasn't going to give up. They might not know his name, but they had seen his face. They knew what he looked like, and they knew what he had done, and they weren't going to let him get away with it. Sam wasn't going to let him get away with it. The first thing he'd do when they were through the hole was find a police station. If Sam had been bigger and stronger, he could have ambushed the man and knocked him out, or stuck the garden fork in his leg, or whacked him over the head with a shovel. That's what Sam wanted to do, and it was a horrible, horrible thing. Somehow, in less than 2 days, he'd learned to hate, and it was a hatred so deep that it hurt him. He'd never hurt anyone in his life. He'd never even killed a spider. But Sam wasn't big and strong. He was just a kid, and he was angry, and he was frightened, and he wanted to go home. That was all. The light came closer to Lloyd's tree. Sam watched and listened carefully, praying that Lloyd wouldn't make a sound, wouldn't whimper, wouldn't cry, wouldn't answer the man, and wouldn't come down from the tree. It all hinged on that one thing, on Lloyd. If Lloyd could hold it together for just a few minutes longer, they would be fine. The light went past Lloyd's tree at the same excruciatingly slow, steady pace. Sam ducked down, pressing himself close to the tree, becoming part of it as the light approached him. The man wasn't speaking or calling their names, but Sam's heart was drumming in his ears now, and he wouldn't have heard anything anyway. He knew it was far worse for Lloyd, but Lloyd had stayed quiet. He'd held it together, so Sam had to do the same. The light didn't pass by quickly. The man was doing a thorough search, and he'd carry on searching until he found them. He must have thought they were still there, in the house or in the woods, or he wouldn't still be looking for them, which meant the only escape route was under the fence. The sense of urgency was back, and Sam needed to get back to the hole and make it deeper and longer so that they could crawl through under the fence to freedom. And he had to get Lloyd to help him somehow, but he couldn't do any of that until the man moved on. Why was he lingering around here for so long? Had Sam left anything out in view?